go. It's let's see, it's the 14th. It's the 13th today. Still, I guess, because I guess I did my last diary or my last video diary entry really late last night or early this morning. So it is still the 13th of. I forgot that I changed the. Anyway. It's still the 13th of September, Saturday, and it's 11:37 p.m. So. Water. Okay. First things first, we're gonna go through the text messages today, and then actually go through a summary of what happened today, and then we'll go through the text messages, and then yeah. So alright, so I got up at like 8 o'clock this morning. Yeah, wow, look at me, getting up early. And I got up and I met this guy named James, and from Play a Fish. Yeah, I know. Shouldn't be doing that stuff, but I did it anyway, and I feel kind of stupid. But basically, yeah, we met up at Starbucks by the McDonald's, next to McDonald's in Qdoba in the Albertsons parking lot, and it was a lot more fluid, I guess you could say, than the date that I had with Alexander, who I don't plan on talking to again, because yeah, giving me a one-word answer is kind of the end of it. Kind of like, all right, well, I guess you're not interested in me, so I guess I'm just not going to talk to you anymore. Anyway. So basically, yeah, I met up with him, and yeah, we had a decent conversation and everything. He turned out to be a mechanic, or not a mechanic, but he turned out to be an appliance repairman. And I didn't even ask him, but I was just like, I somehow got into the conversation of, oh, my washing machine's been broken for weeks. And he's like, I was like, yeah, I don't want to ask the maintenance again, because this is the fourth time this has happened, and every time I ask them to come out and fix it, it takes them 2 or 3 weeks to come out, and I'm just sick and tired of it, so I've been sticking a knife in there to keep it going. And he's like, oh, you're going to electrocute yourself doing that eventually. And then he's like, well, let me see if I have a lid switch, because he knew exactly what was wrong with it without me even really telling him. And he's like, yeah, I have one. And then he's like, well, if you want, I can fix it for you. I was like, really? Okay. And then, so, yeah, I let him come into my house, and he fixed it for me. It took him like 5 minutes, literally. Yeah. Whereas, like, when I've gotten it done before, it's taken them a long ass time. So, like, up to a half an hour. And, so, anyway, So he fixed it, and then I was like, well, since you're already here, why don't we sit down and like talk or watch a movie or something? So I put on Million Ways to Die in the West, which I just purchased on Xfinity. It just came out, so now it's on my purchases list. And so then we sat down. He's like, you can sit with me, and then yeah. I kept telling him, like, I was like, I don't want to go too far on the first time, but he started kissing me, and he's a really good kisser. Like, really good. I don't, honestly, I didn't think that I would find somebody that was as good as Steven, but he's as good as Steven, if not better. So he kind of reminded me a lot of Steven, the way that he kissed, so I let him do it. And then eventually we had sex. It took 2 hours. Well, this time, he actually is a fucking straight male, so he actually wanted it. So, I don't know. But that's not the point. I shouldn't have had sex with him. Because I just don't, I shouldn't be doing that stuff. I feel stupid now. Anyway, after we had sex, we sat there for a little while longer, and we held hands, and then we talked a little bit, and he told me that I have a beautiful smile. He kept telling me that like the whole time we were doing stuff, and he kept telling me that I have really soft skin, and that I feel really good, and that I'm a really good kisser, and that like I have beautiful eyes, and all this stuff. I don't know. I don't know if he was being truthful about it. Probably not, but maybe. But I just, I feel dumb now for letting him do that. So anyway, it was like about 20 minutes or so after that, after we had sex, that he left. But I mean, he was just like, like he wasn't like in a hurry or anything. It was just like I kind of suggested, I was like, when's your appointment? Do you have to go? And he's like, oh no, not yet. I don't have to leave yet. I give them a window, and I give them a 2-hour window, so I don't have to leave right now. And then so he didn't leave right away, but still, it's just like, I don't know. I have to say that he is pretty cute. He's, yeah, he's big and like not big, but like big, and yeah, I did feel a chemistry with him, but I can't get my hopes up like that anymore because I just can't. Because I keep getting my hopes up with guys, and I'm getting fucked over. So he told me to text him he told me to text him later, so I did. And he didn't answer right away, obviously. I didn't think he would. couple of texts for him to answer, but I was not trying to be pushy. I was just like, well, I'll tell you what my text said. But anyway, I yeah, basically that's what happened, and he ended up like, yeah, he is really cute, and he is very attractive. Um, he's from New York originally, I guess, and I guess California too a little bit. So, but let me tell you, if I thought Steven was good, this guy was amazing in bed. Like, probably, I mean, unfortunately, there were some issues with me that I couldn't really enjoy it that much. But if I didn't have issues, which I'm hoping to maybe go to the doctor or something tomorrow and see what's going on, but if I didn't have issues, he would be like an 11 on a scale of 1 to 10 because he knew exactly where my clit was. He knew exactly how to get it. He knew exactly what he was doing. Which makes me wonder, like, how many times has he had sex? Quite a bit, probably. And then, yeah, he's just like, oh, you have a cute little clit. And I'm like, thanks. But surprisingly enough, for his hand and foot size, he wears a 9.5 shoe. He's pretty big. He's like, I mean, he's uncircumcised, but he's probably about 8 inches 8 or 9 inches uncircumcised, which is pretty big. Anyway, so yeah, I had some issues because I think I have a yeast infection or something is going on because it kind of hurts down there and I've been having cramps and it kind of itches. And I looked down there last night and it was like all white discharge, gross stuff. So, yeah, he tried to go down there and I was like, no, don't. I was like, oh, I'm embarrassed. Don't go down there. I made him, like, he started to go down there. I'm like, no, dude, don't. I didn't want him to see me. I didn't want him to see or taste it or whatever. It didn't smell bad. It doesn't smell bad. It just doesn't feel very good. It's itchy. I'm pretty sure I know why I have a yeast infection. Because of the goddamn antibiotics I'm on for 24 days, you know. So after that, yeah, so I might go to the doctor tomorrow, or I'm probably gonna go to the doctor because I'm kind of poor and maybe they can give me a prescription strength, like monostat shit. Or if it's not a yeast infection, if it's an STD, then they can give me something else. Give me something to treat it. I don't know. Hopefully it's just a yeast infection because I'm it kind of, it's not making me feel very good down there. But anyway, so after that, after he left, I fell asleep for a while. Actually, I started working on a chapter, and then I started falling asleep in the middle of doing that, so then I laid down and I went to sleep. And then I slept from like noon to like 8 or 9 o'clock. And then and halfway through that, I got up and I went and lay down on the couch. So yeah, I slept for like 4 hours out. I slept for like 4 hours in the bedroom, and then like 4 or 5 hours in the living room. And then after that, I got up and I ate my dinner, and then I was kind of watching A Million Ways to Die in the West somewhat during that, and then I went to read the rest of my chapter, and then I put it on my phone. That was pretty much it. And then, yeah, now I'm talking on here. Now I'm getting tired again, and I don't know why. I guess it's some, I don't know. Tired. It's probably because I took more Oxycontin and some Percocet too. Probably shouldn't have done that. So anyway, text messages. Okay. Steven. Or not Steven. Valerie texted me with some Parlor app. Some app thing. She's like, join me on Parlor. Get the app here. Body http://parlor.me/app. Looks like a fun way to have conversations with people you don't know and they don't know you. She sent that at 4:51 p.m. today. And then I was like, okay, cool, smiley face, LOL. And I was like in the middle of sleeping at this time. So, yeah. It was at 5:19 p.m. was when I texted her back. And then at 5:19, she's like, looks like fun anyway. And I didn't text her after that because I was sleeping. And then I texted James. This morning. At 8:03 a.m. I said, hey, you, just wanted to check in, I guess. I was like, I wanted to check we still meeting up this morning? At 8:18, he answered, yes, we're at, hun. Yes, we're at, hun. And then I was at 8:19, I was like, oh, okay, just wanted to make sure. And then at 8:23, he's like, where you want to meet. 8:23, he's like, where you want to and then 8:30, he's like, meet. So where you want to meet. And then at 8:31, I said, LOL, I thought we were going to meet at the Starbucks next to McDonald's and Albertsons at 164th and Bothlever Highway. 8:32 a.m. I said, tonguey face, like that. And then at 8:41, he's like, okay, on my way. 8:48, he's like, is that the one down by Round Table Pizza? 8:50, I was like, yeah, it is, but Round Table isn't there anymore. 8:51, he said, oh, LOL. And then I said, it's the Starbucks between Qdoba and McDonald's. At 8:54, he said, okay. 8:57, I said, okay, should be there in a few. At 9 o'clock, he said, me too, what kind of car are you driving? And then I said, Toyota Camry, white, old. You? He said, at 9:01, he said, newer Yukon GMC Denali. And then 9:03, I said, are you here? 9:05, he said, coming downhill. And then 9:06, I said, okay, well, I'll be sitting outside at the tables. And then he answered, okay, hon. And then we met up and we did our thing and blah, blah, blah. And then at 5:21, I said, I followed up with him. I said, hey, how's your day going? Smiley face. And then he didn't answer. So then I was like, 6:58. I said, well, I had a great time today. Next time, maybe like talk and get to know each other better. Tonguey face. I really never do that. Hopefully, it didn't ruin your outlook on me. Thanks for fixing my washer. Smiley face. And then 7:23, he answered, you're welcome, hon. And then 7:26, I said, smiley face, what you up to? Still working? And then 7:26. Oh, sorry. 7:26, I said, smiley face, what you up to? Still working? And he answered, no. I came home and sat down on the couch and fell asleep. And then 7:28, I said, LOL, sounds like what I did. As soon as you left, I fell asleep on my couch. And then 7:34, he said, LOL. And then 7:36, I said, it was a good sleep, ha ha ha. And that was the end of the conversation. And then Mark Creelman texted me today. And he said, 6:58 p.m., he said, hey. And then 6:59, I answered, hey, how are you doing? And then 7:17, he replied, okay, I'm back on depression meds. 7:18, I said, yeah, what did they put you on? And then 7:19, he said, some off-brand of Lamictal. 7:20, I said, never heard of that. Yeah, I'm on Effexor. And then he answered, never heard of that neither, LOL. 7:23, I said, LOL, yeah, before this, all I ever heard of was Prozac and Zoloft. 7:27, he said, I've heard of them and a couple others. 7:28, I said, yeah. 7:31, he said, I hate sitting alone at the laundromat. 7:33, I said, yeah, I hear ya. Frowny face, where is everybody? Yeah, I've been home alone pretty much all day. And then I guess I accidentally called him as I was falling asleep. Whoops. I was like literally sleeping, and then I heard this voice. He's like, "Hello? Hello?" I'm like, "Oh shit. I accidentally called him." And then he's like, "Oh, I'll call you back, okay?" I'm like, "Alright, that's fine, no big deal." And then he didn't call me back. And then at 8:17, he said, "Sorry, I haven't called back. Phone's on charger, it's about to die." And then I answered, "It's all good, no biggie." So yeah, that was pretty much. So yeah, I called James this morning at 8:15. So I was trying to see if he was meeting up with me or what, because he didn't answer my text. So I left him a voicemail, and I was like, "I just woke up. I just wanted to know if you were still planning on meeting up with me." And then I guess my mom called me, and I missed her call this morning at 8:55. And so then I called her back at 9:04 while I was waiting for James. And then 9:59. Maybe I accidentally called him again this morning at 9:59. I don't remember. But I tried to call my mom back again at 12:36 after he left, and she didn't answer the phone again. And then I accidentally called Mark at 7:33. Um, yeah. So that was pretty much my day. Yes, it wasn't the most eventful day. I know I need to get cracking on the job applications. I just pray to God that I don't have to leave my apartment. I got all pissed off at me yesterday because I was trying. Anyway, that's all done. I don't want to talk about that anymore. We won't talk about anything about yesterday. If you want to go back to yesterday, we go back to yesterday's diary. How about that? But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens with James. I have no idea really, because who fucking knows? Men, they suck. But I hope that I do see him again. I don't know. We'll see. It would be nice because he does have a car, for one thing, and he has a pretty good job for another, and he's pretty, you know, he's pretty hot, and he seems to be pretty nice, and he's really, really good in bed. So, like, even without me having feelings for the guy, he got me off, even with the fact that I had a yeast infection. It was hurting down there. So, what does that tell you? And I did feel a connection when I kissed him. So, I did feel something. But we'll see. On the other hand, on the other side of the coin, you never know, because he could just be one of those guys that's like a jerk and just wanted to use me for sex, and I'll never hear from him again. So, I don't know. I guess I'm gonna let him I'll wait a couple days, and then I'll let him contact me or something, and we'll see. Alright, well, I'm wrapping this up, so go, I guess, lay down or something now. I'm tired. So, anyway, talk to you tomorrow. And I'll let you know what happened with James. Alrighty. Talk to you later. Good night.